Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Entertainment News. Among our many fandoms here on Let's Talk is heavy metal, but we don't talk about it quite enough. So we're going to talk about a little bit of metal today. A new series exploring heavy metal history to debut on Hulu in 2025. Before we get to that, just a few things for you to do for us. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers before the end of the year. We need about 105 more of you to hit that subscribe button, hit the alert bell, like, comment, send supers, or become a member for $2.99 a month. If you do comment, keep it friendly, keep it on topic, don't make it personal, and we'll build a friendly community here where nobody has to feel antagonized when they come online to share their fandom. All right, then. New series exploring heavy metal history to debut on Hulu in 2025. Yes, heavy metal documentaries have a checkered history that never seems to go deep enough and really get at the heart of what's going on now. Usually you have the section about hair metal and the section about classic metal, and that's about it. Maybe a little bit of thrash, but they never get into the dark stuff. Deadline reports that a new 8-part series exploring heavy metal history will debut on Hulu in 2025. Produced by Vice Studios Canada, Into the Void, which is a working title, will chronicle the emotional sagas behind the most towering legends and unforgettable artists in heavy metal, according to Deadline. It will go behind the stage into the real lives of heavy metal icons. This series is being overseen by executive producers Evan Husney and Jason Eisner, who co-created pro wrestling documentary series Dark Side of the Ring, which covers scandals, mysteries, and tragedies from wrestling's storied history. Even Husney took to his Instagram to write, "New project alert, super stoked to finally share what Jason Eisner and I have been working on for the past 2 years, coming to Hulu in 2025. We both grew up as diehard fans of metal and have always been fascinated by the boundaries between fantasy and reality. The sonic worlds created by the genre's boldest icons are rich with untold history and unimaginable trials and tribulations, and we're excited to team up with Hulu to look behind the mystique and show these legends are real people." Yeah, so a full episode lineup of the stories we'll be delving into will be announced closer to the show's release date. We can't wait to share it with everyone. Yeah, so I guess the big famous documentary is still Sam Dunn's documentary about the history of heavy metal. But the way these shows always work is you start off talking about the origins, and you get into Black Sabbath and Judas Priest, and then before moving forward, and then things sort of fork off. You cover Sunset Strip, hair metal, which is just hard rock, along with the diverging path into thrash, and maybe just touch on a little bit of death metal. Hardly ever do that, and then you're pretty much done and you're out of your budget before you get into anything new and interesting. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I saw that somebody involved with Metal Blade is going to be involved in it, and of course, these guys claim to be fans without actually mentioning any names of the bands they listen to. I'm by no means a gatekeeper, but if you're a metal fan, I'm a metal fan. We all know we've been burned before. Hulu is a good, popular platform to release something to really get the story of metal out there. But I'm afraid that it's going to be too little. A lot has happened in the metal world since it sort of lost the favor of mainstream airwaves. Just a lot of interesting things. Really, that I became aware of beginning in like 1998, 99, 2000. Napster era really opened up a lot of the world to me, and a lot of those bands that I was first getting into late 90s, early 2000s are actually bigger now than they were then, thanks to all these like reaction channels on YouTube finding all this music and being pointed in the right direction by diehard fans like us. Hopefully they spend less time talking about Tony Iommi getting his fingers cut off and Ozzy Osbourne biting the head off a bat, and get more into the artistic side of things and sort of the subversive subcultures and all the interesting, really diverse artistic modes of expression that have come. And metal is so hard to lock down now. There's just so much going on. But remarkably, to the outside world, metal does not exist. It's dead. But we all know that's not true. It's actually in some ways bigger and more popular than it's ever been, despite not having that sort of big mainstream push anymore. But what do you think? Are you interested? I'm cautiously optimistic that this might finally do the story of metal some kind of justice in a way that attracts and helps the outside world understand what it is that we love about this music. But there you go. Tell us what you think in the comment section below, and I will see you again soon.